Anthony Hartwig here with another Canfield softball player profile. I feel like we've been spending a lot of time with this team over the last couple of weeks, and we're joined by another senior in Gianna Panunzio. Gianna, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Man, what is this? I mean, let's reflect on this season. Obviously, you got to regionals last year. You fell a little bit short, and I know this was a goal all year to get back to regionals and take the next step. So, take us through first some of the off-season goals that you set and some of the work that you put in to make sure that this team was able to not just get back to regionals, but take the next step.
Yeah, so in the off season, we set the goals. We had a few goals. So one of them being to win the AAC, and then another big goal was to make it to where we are now and to win state, hopefully. So, we've worked really hard and we've prepped since October to get there. So we're really looking forward to it, and we're really appreciative that we get this opportunity to be here.
One of the things that Coach Kernan really brings up a lot are the fact that there were OHSA regulations changed, which lets you guys work a lot together in the off season. With games in the Watts Center, games at Sluggers, whatever it may be. How much do you think that helped you guys not just prepare for the season, but also build even a stronger bond as a team?
Yeah, in the off season, we definitely got really close. We were together a lot since probably, I don't know, October maybe. So we did a lot together. We went to yoga, and after we would go out to eat, or we went to jump stretch, and we would drive together. And we just do a lot of activities and kind of get to know each other in the off season. And it kind of gave us a little groove and got us familiar and ready for the season
That is
earlier.
a lot of time with the same people. Obviously, you have to love this team, but who are some people that maybe you think that you've gotten to know a lot better this year than years past because of those extra time that you spent bonding with the team?
Yeah, I think the incoming freshmen, Leah and Jenna, I've gotten to know really well. They have great personalities and they're super outgoing, so they definitely add a lot of energy to our team. And yeah.
Both those players that you brought up, Leah and Jenna, have come into this program with 8 seniors on the team and have never once seemed like they were small or, insignificant. They have jumped right into impacting this team on a big level. From your perspective and the 8 seniors' perspective, what was it like bringing in new faces like those freshmen to kind of establish a standard to this program?
Yeah, I mean, we've been every year someone new is going to come in, and I think they've done a great job of, coming in and playing their role. I mean, Jenna's a great leadoff, and that's hard to do as a freshman. It's a big role, and Leah's our catcher, and she has a great personality, and her energy is just like what she brings to the team, and she adds all the energy. It's huge for us, and so it's been really great getting, adding them onto our team.
To have the impact that they've had, obviously they've had to be confident in themselves as freshmen. When you see them play, how much do you reflect on yourself as a freshman and some of the things that you look back on when you stepped onto the softball field as a freshman?
Yeah, for when I was a freshman, I was really nervous. I definitely was. I was nervous because the big field. It was just really. I guess I don't know how to explain it, but like it was hard to get familiar with and like a whole new team, a whole new environment. So I think they're doing a really good job. It definitely reminds me of myself because I've been there, but they're doing a really great job. Brand new people, brand new team, and they're stepping up and doing a good job.
What were some experiences from your freshman year that you were able to share or lean on to give them advice like, hey, I went through this, so I know what you're going through?
Yeah, I think freshman year, the thing that I struggled with most and it was hard for me to get through was definitely like my confidence because everyone was 4 years older. You're playing girls that are 18 or 19 and you're 14. So it's definitely a mentality thing. You have to be confident up there and, everything. You have to just go up to the box thinking, I am going to get a hit. I'm going to get a hit. And so I think that's the main thing that I've been trying to push for them is, to stay positive and have a good mindset.
We see you now as a ultra confident hitter, especially at the plate. What kind of things help you build those confidence over the 4 years of your career?
Yeah. Well, earlier when I was an underclassman, I struggled a lot with confidence up to the plate. I had worked really hard on my fundamentals, but it was just a mental thing that when I stepped up in the box, it's just confidence. I wasn't really there. And now I feel like this year I made it so that like senior year, this is all I have left. It's my last year. So I'm just going to go out there, with the right mindset and like I'm gonna get a hit. That's what I tell myself when I step in the box, or else I won't. Like it's just a mental thing, and I think that becoming an upperclassman has kind of led me to gain the right mindset. I feel like.
When you came into this year, like you said, it was your last ride and you wanted to make it kind of the best, make it the one that you could treasure. How did you kind of deal with the emotions of all the last that senior year can bring? Last home game, last time playing this team, last bus rides, things like that. How have you handled all the emotions that senior year can bring?
Yeah. Well, my teammates, we've been playing together since we were like 8, so it's been really hard for us. And I'm always the one to bring it up, like, "Hey guys, this is our last. This could be our last practice together, or whatever." But it's definitely hard for me because I've grown up with all these girls, and we've created great bonds through the sport. And so it's definitely going to be difficult when it's over to move on from it.
The senior class is so big. There's 8 of you. What's it
Right.
like being a part of a group that has so many fantastic leaders that bring kind of different leadership qualities to the table, each of them?
Yeah, it's really great. I feel like we're so close, but at this point, we're like a family, and everyone has a role on the team, and we all do a great job of playing our role, whether it's on or off the field. And it's just like this perfect little, every piece of the puzzle is filled, so we are just like, it's perfect. It's like we're a family. I love it.
Every team that has a special season like this can look back on maybe one game or one time where they kind of realized that they were putting together something pretty special. Is there a time that you can remember in this season where maybe it was a game or maybe it was just a week or a stretch where you guys really like looked at each other and said, "This is happening. This is something that's really coming together well."
Yeah, I feel like around, I don't remember who we were playing, but it was around like the third game of our season. We were kind of starting to realize that, all the potential that we have as a team. Coach had been telling us since the beginning that we were a great team, and he was like, "Oh, like you're gonna make it far in tournament. I believe in you guys." But like, we kind of felt like that's just something every coach says, and that, they have to say that. But then as the season progressed, we started to just like believe it for ourselves and believe in our potential.
How much momentum did winning the AAC, that first goal that you had, how much did that guy give you guys? I know you tied with Fitch and everyone talks about the whole tie thing, but you were still good enough to not lose the AAC and get the shared championship. So what kind of confidence and momentum did that give you going into tournaments?
Yeah, that gave us a lot of momentum because it's a great feeling that we, tied the AAC, and it was our main goal. So it gives us a lot of confidence that we could reach our next goal.
I want to take you back to winning the regional final and what that moment was like for you and what were some of the first emotions that came into your head in the final out of that game.
Yeah. Well, when we won, I was obviously really excited because we've worked really hard to get to this point, and I feel like my whole team was very excited. I ran up to Milena, I gave her a big hug, and then Leah came over. She was crying, and it was just very emotional for us because we worked so hard.
Final out, who was the first person you were looking to try to go and celebrate with?
Oh, definitely Milena. She's done so good this year. I'm just so happy for her. She's had a great season.
You get to play defense behind someone like Milena, and I'm sure there are times when it gets kind of not boring, but you're not getting a lot of balls at your way. She gets in that groove where she's striking people out.
Right.
What's that like staying engaged during those moments?
It's definitely hard to stay focused because I mean she strikes a lot of girls out, so not a lot gets put in play. But I definitely try to stay ready because you never know when that one or two those two balls are going to be hit to you in a game. It's coming at some point, but you have to stay focused for the whole game. That's definitely difficult.
When a teammate is having a season like that, obviously it brings a lot of eyes to your program because everyone's not just
Mhm.
talking about Melina Toth, but talking about the way this Canfield team is playing and how they're looking. What's that been like for you guys to kind of have the extra attention, and with that comes a little bit of extra expectations from the outside world?
Yeah, it's definitely different. We're not familiar with all of this. I mean, even like the Fitch game, for example, my mom told me that random people that didn't even follow us were coming to watch the game just because it was a good game with two good pitchers. So like Melena's been great, and it's just kind of it's different to be. There's just a lot of attention on our team this year, but I'm really happy for her because she's doing so good this year, and I'm proud of her.
Let's talk about some of the things that you look and reflect on in your softball career. When did you start it? What are some of your first memories that you have with this sport?
I started when I was probably 6 or 7, and I played with the seniors that the other 8 of them, we played on a crush team with all our parents coaching us, and it was, that's when we first got to know each other, and now we're like family.
You put in so much time. You obviously love the sport. When did you kind of fall in love with softball? When was the moment that you realized that it was something that you really wanted to put focus on and put a lot of your time into?
Yeah, definitely when I started playing travel, but my travel team, I've been playing with them for 6 years, and they made it so fun for me, and it made the sport so much, like, it's just so much better with them, and I definitely started to fall in love with it when I started playing with them on the
When you
weekend.
play travel, it builds your softball community. It builds your friendships outside of your Canfield, team. Who are some of your best friends that don't wear the Canfield uniform that you've grown to love and support with travel ball?
I mean, my best friends are my whole team. I love them all, but I definitely got really close with like the Poland girls, like Mary and Katie, Dito, and Red. I love them all so much.
When you think of the impact that the travel ball has had on your career and being exposed to such good competition and good teammates on your side, how much do you think that's helped you grow as a softball player?
Yeah, it definitely has. It gives me a lot of endurance, I feel like, because we play 4 games one day and then 3 games the next on the weekends. Be really packed, and it gives me endurance and long softball days. It just it grows us as players and kind of just makes me love it more.
We got to talk about Coach Kernan taking his first year here at Canfield. What's that been like? What do you think he's brought to this program? What do you think are some of the things that he's given you guys as the extra jolt into this regional championship?
Yeah, coach has been great. He's extremely competitive, which is awesome because it helps us. He wants to win, and he's extremely intense, and it's good for us. He pushes us and gives us that drive. He helps us with our mentality also and like our confidence. He's been really awesome.
Extremely intense. I like that you use that word because
Yeah.
we know that very well at Coach Kernan. What were some of your first impressions when you first met him and some of the first meetings with Coach Kernan?
Well, he kind of was up straight, and he told us that he is intense, and he is going to put that pressure on us, and he is gonna kind of just like be very vocal and make sure that we know how much he cares about the sport. But I think he does it to because he cares about us, and he knows that we have the potential. But I was definitely intimidated at first because it's a new coach, and he's obviously intense and extremely competitive at practice. So.
When a new coach comes in, usually it's the seniors that can set the tone on whether or not a team will buy into what the coach is selling. How easy was it for you and your fellow seniors to really buy into what Coach Kernan was trying to bring into this program?
Yeah, I mean, we could tell off the bat that he was going to be a great coach, and we knew that he knows a lot about the sport, and that he was going to set us up for success.
You've had about a little under a week since you won regionals and you're going to state. What has this kind of week been like trying to, hold back the anticipation, trying to make it a normal week, but still being so excited about your trip to Firestone Stadium?
Yeah, I've definitely had a lot of nerves. I mean, we've never experienced this as a team. It's super exciting, but we just wanted to stay focused at practice. But there's also a lot going on in our lives, the seniors, because we also just graduated, so it's just like a lot happening at once. But we're trying to keep calm and just like let it happen.
With graduation, we have to talk about your future goals and where you kind of see yourself in your future. What are some things that you're going to be doing after graduation and after you kind of take the next step out of high school?
So I'm going to be going to Kent State University, and I'm going to be studying exercise science, and then eventually I want to become a physical therapist.
When you decided that that was going to be your track, that was going to be the career goal that you wanted to go into, what were there anything in the life experiences or anything that kind of drew you to that field? What were some of the things that made you make that decision that that's where you wanted to be?
Honestly, it kind of all started from softball because I love the sport, and I kind of wanted to base my career off of something dealing with physical activity. And then I thought it was perfect because I just wanted to do something that could help other people.
What kind of ways do you see yourself keeping softball as a part of your life? Can we see maybe a coach Panunzio in the future, or maybe a private lessons Panunzio or anything like that? What kind of things are you going to do to keep softball in your life?
Yeah, I definitely think that in the future I would definitely enjoy being a coach.
You've been coached by a lot of great people. What kind of things do you think you would bring to the table as a coach? What would be your coaching style?
I think that I would be on the competitive side. I mean, I'm a very competitive person and I want to win. So
Do you think players would enjoy your practices, or would they not enjoy your practices?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think I would be extremely competitive and I would probably get annoying at some point.
We look forward to Coach's Corners with Coach Panunzio in the
Yeah.
future. Before I let you go, I want to give you the chance to give a shout out to your support system and all the people that have been there for you throughout your career.
Yeah, so I'd like to shout out my friends and family. Obviously, they've been with me through everything and supported me. Definitely my coaches, all of them. My coach Campbell, he's coached me and growing up and allowed me to grow. And my coaches now, Coach Hernan, Barb, and BZ and CJ. And then my teammates, because everyone's done a great job this year. I love them so much, and I'm proud of everyone. And then my hitting coach, also, Coach Flickinger. He's taught me a lot, and yeah.
All right, Gianna, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. Good luck in state on Thursday or tomorrow, however you want to put it, at Firestone Stadium. We look forward to seeing you there, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.